Hey guys, I just thought I'd give you an update. So over the Christmas break now, I've been able to get the LQ9 build that I've been working on back into the C10. You can see I've got it all bolted in. So you can see the LS adapter motor mounts down there, how they just bolt on. And I got the Trailblazer SS intake on, and I got all my radiator, accessory drive, belts, everything's all in. You can see I had to swap this pulley out as well to match my 25% underdrive. That was very simple. I just use a impact gun and just pop it right off, put a new one back on. It was really simple. Got all my coil packs on. Everything's all plugged in. The harness is all ready to go. The only thing, I don't have any exhaust on it yet. I haven't put the headers on because I'm waiting to put the transmission in first, and then I can go ahead and put my long tubes on so I can go. I'll probably do a video of that after I get them on just to show you what I went with that. Got my intake on. With the Trailblazer SS intake, this one sensor in the top, you could tell it's different than the older style. Before I had the original LQ9 on here, and this sensor was actually in the very back of the motor. So one thing is, when we were building the harness, I made sure that we left this long enough that, because I knew I was eventually going to be running the newer style, that I could go ahead and just plug this in. One other thing you'll need is, if you ever want to upgrade the Trailblazer SS intake and stuff like that, you can see here I had to get these little adapters, and what they do is they go from, because the harness is from a 2003 and then the intake is in 07, so I had to run, like, it basically plugs in from here and goes in and adapts it into the newer style injectors, which they're higher flowing injectors, so they're just better all around. So you know what I mean, these were only like 119 bucks online. I just ordered them. You can see here I don't have my throttle body in. The older style had 8 pins, and the newer ones only have 6. But you can actually buy, they call it like an X-Link, and you can buy them online, and you need that to be able to have the computer control the newer throttle body. And you can see that it's a newer throttle body, newer style, because it's got the 4-bolt design, where the other ones only had 3. And the reason why I want to run this is because it's I believe it's an 87 millimeter, and the old one was a 78. So by running the newer intake and stuff and the newer heads, I'll have more flow, so I don't want to choke it off with a smaller throttle body. So I'm going to run the factory throttle body that came on this style truck. Other than that though, everything is all the same. It's got this LQ9 bottom end. You can see my adapter down there for the oil pressure, so I can run my factory oil pressure gauge. And what I did is, for the coolant gauge, I actually ran it inline, because I don't have a heater core in this truck. I only run it in the summer, and it blew up on me a couple years back, so I've just never replaced it. You can see here, I just deleted it. I took it right out. But see, for now, what I did is I looped around, and I have the old style sender, and I got a ground. I actually welded it to the back of this, and it grounds right to the block, because you got to have this grounded. And then now my factory gauge in the C10 works, so I have all my factory gauges and everything. So if you were inside, besides the speedometer, you would never know that there's even an LS in it. You would assume it was just a carburetor. You can see I got my intake on, and it actually comes in right through here. One thing I would like to do is I would like to make a little shield of some sort here to try to keep some of the hot air from the engine bay away, keep my IATs down, because you know what I mean, if you're sucking in all that warm air after the engine warms up, it will rob a little bit of power. So I'm going to try to do something like that, and then once I get that made, I'll take a picture, or I'll video it so you guys can see kind of what I'm talking about. So basically, all that's left, as soon as that transmission's in, just waiting on the stall converter. I'm thinking about going between a 3000 to a 3600 stall, and yeah, I can go ahead and slam that transmission back in, and then I'll start installing the headers, and we'll see if there's supposed to be direct bolt in right from hookers. So I went from the hooker Blackheart edition. So that's all the exhaust pipe. I bought the full kit made for the 73 to 87 C10 LS swap. And that's what comes with the kit. I come with the headers and the motor mounts. You can see here I got the long tubes. So they say that these are supposed to be direct bolt in, and there's no messing around. I shouldn't have to hit anything, and I don't really want to, being, they're brand new, ceramic coated. I want them to last as long as I can. So you got the bungs for the O2s, and then I got, like I said, I got the full 3-inch all-medral bent with an X pipe. And to make that all work, I actually had to buy kind of see it here. I'll show it better in another video. But it's actually a new transmission cross member, which will allow the exhaust pipes to run even out the back. If you remember the factory one, in order to run duals, you had to run one over top and one underneath. Now we'll be able to run them both straight. Like I said though, I'll show that in another video. Once I'll lay out all the exhaust pipe and everything so we can see how it all works, and then I'll be able to put it all together. But it's all like give you guys a little heads up on the progress I've made over the my Christmas vacation. It is January 1st right now, so New Year's Day. It's minus 20 outside, so I'm not really doing a whole lot out there. Just been working inside the shop. So hopefully, you know, the way progress is going, I should have this hopefully ready to go in another month or two, and I'll be able to do test fire, and in the summertime we'll be able to get it retuned and see what she'll do down the track. Anyways, if you guys like this kind of content and more videos, just give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'd like to say have a nice day. Bye.